we have to mention what you're doing right now. The spotlight's on you with WWE and
literally
TNA.
And figuratively.
I mean, truly, right? You've been chosen for this opportunity to really collaborate the worlds of TNA and WWE. What does that mean to you?
I really, truly think it's been about timing. There's been like a few times when my contract has been coming up and, you know, I've talked to WWE and I kept staying at TNA because it's where I was comfortable. And I knew that I didn't know how WWE was going to treat me. So it's just kind of crazy to me that it wasn't the time then, but it's the time now. And now I get the best of both worlds.
100%.
Everything works out exactly the way it's supposed to.
And when you came out on NXT for the first time, I didn't know. My husband texted me from the commentary table and said, "You're gonna love this moment." Because
he didn't know either.
He didn't know, right? Oftentimes I do watch, but I give myself limitations. And I tweeted out that I love to see this collaboration happening truly, because we worked at TNA together, and back in the day, it was sometimes frowned upon of like, you just were a TNA girl. So to see this blend of these two worlds, of these corporations coming together, it's truly awesome. And you're the one that's really spearheading it, and it's fantastic to see.
I'm very lucky and very grateful that, you know, I'm being the one to represent TNA.
Shawn Michaels was the one that, if I'm getting this correctly, that handpicked you for this spot.
I know. Every time I hear that, I feel like I'm in a dream. Like, that's just crazy to me.
How does that feel to you now, knowing that?
Honestly, it's surreal. And I text like my mom and my husband all the time, like, I really can't believe this is happening. Like, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's how I feel.
And to have someone of the likes of Shawn Michaels really believe in you and believe in your career. I know that you had talked about your former boss in TNA, but what does that mean for him to believe in you in the future of Jordynne Grace?
We actually had a conversation yesterday where he said something similar, and it just like, it makes me so emotional, like, to see that someone you looked up to and watched as a kid just like believes in you specifically. And I was backstage yesterday, and I was just, you know, scrolling on my phone, and whether it's from, you know, Triple H's personal like account or whether someone runs it for him, I saw a tweet come up from him, like where he tweeted something like, "If you haven't seen the TNA knockouts before, you're in for a treat." And I was just like, what is even happening right now? Like, DX is just like,
is your biggest fan. Would you in a million years have dreamed that DX would be a Jordynne Grace?
Both of their numbers in my phone. I don't know what's happening.
Oh my gosh, but you deserve it, truly. When you look at the evolution of women's wrestling over the past 2 decades, you have to bring attention to the likes of Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks and what they've done and how they've blazed a trail. But when you look outside of WWE, you're that flag bearer. What does that mean to you?
Honestly, I've never considered myself that person until I got to the Rumble, I think. Like, I never considered it until, like, they reached out and were like, "We want to use Jordynne for the Rumble." And honestly, I haven't fully, like, digested it still. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about it. It's unbelievable to me, to be honest.
And we'll have to check back in like a year.
Yes,
I feel
check back in a year.
Then you'll go, oh, this is what it is. Okay, understood. Now I can look back and have these memories. In recent memory, I can't remember a time when someone from another promotion was on WWE television without a contract. Are you the first, or?
I'm not the first. Jeff Jarrett was the first, and I believe it was, people will correct me if I'm wrong because it's the internet, but
the internet will let us know.
I think it was 1998. He was a champion of, I can't remember which promotion, but he was on Raw. And that is the only other, like, instance I know, but I think I'm the first woman to do it.
On NXT, for sure.
Yes.
But to even be competing for a title, I think that in itself is history making, right? Like, and to be a female to do it, there's so many important pieces of this puzzle. I'm going to give you your flowers and your credit because you're too humble to do it yourself.
And it's at the UFC arena, which is crazy because it's like a TNA wrestler versus a WWE wrestler at the UFC arena. Like,
what is life? I'm all for it. And again, I'm so proud of you.